Hello everybody, and welcome back to our next Let's Build. Had some technical issues, which is why we had another soft testing video earlier this week, but we're back with some bright lighting, a live person. You can see the background with the door open. Mauser will probably come in and ruin everything. But let's talk about the subject for this week's Let's Build. So, legacy support. It's something we love as Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. We love it when Konami releases a new good support, keyword there being good, for older archetypes that we've been playing for years. And I mean, come on. You have stuff like, Blue Eye, the Blue Eye support was amazing. The Dark Magician support, it was good, but it's a real big gamble. Could have been a lot better. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about what came out earlier in 2018 that was legacy support. That's a little close to home for me for how many times I've personally interacted with such cards. And of course, we're talking about Relinquished. This is pretty obvious to anyone who watched the soft testing, but let's get into it and show off just what Relinquished can accomplish in 2018 under Link format. Did I just... Woo! Woo! Alright, so that was easily the worst Let's Build we've had. But we're doing a lot of experimenting, at least with the episode formatting, right? Does that make up? No? So this deck usually does better, but unfortunately I'm still having the technical issues where when I'm connecting for online games in YGO, sometimes the games drop a lot. And as in, I'm sitting there while the timer runs out, but when the timer runs out, I don't win, or lose, it just empties, and then I'm stuck sitting there, and the surrender button doesn't work, so I have to exit out of the program and re-enter. Hopefully I'll get it figured out before the next Let's Build, which I'll let you know what it is later. Pew, pew, pew. Keep knocking Sonone around a little bit. Anyways, now, me and Mr. Mauser are here to talk about a profile. So let's start talking about a profile. So we have our 3 kaijus I'm running. Thunder King because he's got a big old body. Gamma Seal because he's the classic little boy. And then Radium because he is a dark attribute and is overall pretty useful for just another big body to tribute and do things with. And since you're sucking up your monsters, he's great. I don't know why I'm explaining him now when I need to go over the cards. Then you have Magical Illusionist Faceless Mage, 2 of them, 2 Armageddon Knights, 2 Predaplant Orphis Scorpios, 1 Darlington Cobra, 3 of the Millennium-Eye Illusionists, 2 Sphere Karibos, 3 Relinquished Karibos, 2 Effect Failures, 3 of the man himself Relinquished, 2 Allure of Darknesses, 2 Instant Fusions, 1 Raigeki, 3 Preparations of Rites, 2 Preparations of Rites, 1 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, 2 Black Illusion Rituals, 1 Burial from a Different Dimension, 3 Relinquished Fusions. Now for the extra deck, we've got 3 Millennium-Eye Restricts, 3 Thousand Eye Restricts, Boral Load, Boral Sword, Skull Deet, Yuja, Decode Talker, Akashic Magician, Apprentice Witchling, or Wee Witch's Apprentice, and then we've got 3 Link Karibos. Overall, the main point of this deck is to summon out your Relinquished monsters, the 2 Fusions and Relinquished, and use them as spot removal, and then beat your opponent in the face. Bye, Mauser! Enjoy investigating the beard, who I think is home. But anyhow, back to the profile, and explaining this deck. So, Relinquished Karibo lets you draw when you use it for tributing, which is pretty useful since you're going to be tributing to Ritual Summon Relinquished. Armageddon Knight can throw stuff in your graveyard to get your combos going. These are really good for tributing over unstoppable boss monsters that normally couldn't be sucked up and then sucking them up for higher attack points. This nice little nifty hand trap, as you saw during the duels, lets you suck up crap and kill shit. Allure of Darkness is just a good draw card. Effect Veiler is great for handling any monsters that have pesky effects that would stop you from sucking up things. Pre-prep, of course, to get your ritual monsters, same with regular preparation. Interrupted Kaiju Slumber is just really good mass removal that replaces with Kaijus that you're going to hopefully suck up. Relinquished Fusion, you want to get your hand in your hand as soon as possible, along with Relinquish, which is why you're running I'm running a smaller Predaplant engine. This just helps you recreate your resources, since Relinquished Fusion does banish those resources, and Allure banishes. Instant Fusion just really helps to drop one of these 2 guys so you can suck up monsters, and then at the end of the turn they go away. Just good more spot removal. Good board disruption. So let's talk about the side deck. Now, you're probably wondering why Anima is not here. The reason is just because he's not out yet. He's in the OCG only, and I don't like using OCG only cards. I've made the mistake of doing that during Sky Strikers Let's Build, but I try to avoid it actively, which is what I've done with Anima. It's the only reason I'm not using him. Polymerization would actually function really well in this deck, but I just didn't think about throwing it in, and it was too late after it recorded. And Thousand Eyes Idol could just give you the ability to summon Thousand Eyes Restrict flat out. Now, Karibo is in here along with Multiply, simply because... One second. Come here. No yowling, just get up here. It's simply just in here because it was kind of a nifty combo to get out Link monsters. But it is kind of bricky to do, although Karibo can be used to stop battle damage. It just wasn't good enough for me to keep in, although it can still be kind of fun if you like playing gimmicky little tactics.
Battle Fader is just extremely fun to stop the battle phase, and he is a 1-star that you can use to go into either Link Karibo or Tribute Off for Relinquished. And you do want to Tribute Off. You want to Ritual Summon into Relinquished, because you can Tribute Summon into Relinquished, Ritual Summon into Relinquished, then Fusion Summoning using that Relinquished, which gets rid of that monster the opponent had, and then your Thousand Eyes Restrict can then also suck something up. Your Millenium-eyes Restrict. You can't Fusion Summon him. I don't know what I'm doing. But you can, if you have the setup, you can Instant Fusion into him, Ritual Summon into him, Fusion Summon into him, and get rid of 3 of your opponent's monsters. Pretty nifty, in my opinion. Anyways, more side decks. Darkest Diabolus, because you do tribute dark monsters on rare occasion, and you can pop a 3000 body, who can also mess with your opponent's hand, but he's honestly not really that good for the deck. You can use more of him because he's really good because he can be used for Allure and Kaiju. Hand Traps. I use Ash because she's the most famous. Hand Traps are always good. You can always run more Hand Traps. Ash would be good. You could replace their Effect Veilers with, of course, Ghost Ogres. The only one I probably wouldn't run. Although you do have some room here in the extra deck that you could take things out. You could run Ghost Reaper to handle Thunder Dragons, or if you're taking this to an area where you know what you're playing. Since I don't know what I'm playing, Ghost Ogre's not the best for me to ever use. Anyway, Starving Venom if you put in Polymerization, because this is a dark attribute deck. Almost all the monsters are dark attribute. Pretty good to use there. Mind Control, because taking more of your opponent's shit is always good. Designated from the Grave, because it's a great staple, and there was multiple times I wish I had it while hard testing and actually playing. Twin Twisters is good spot removal. Super Polymerization is extremely fun, and we have it back at 1 now. By the way, run it in Shadal's, if anyone doesn't know. Y'all should. And because you are running Kaijus, you could expand the Kaiju engine. Not really a shout out since he's way bigger than I am, but if you'd like to see a better Relinquished deck, go check out Hardleg's Kaiju Restrict deck. It did a little bit better than mine. Yeah. Ooh, I lost 4 of my 5 games. But anyway, that's overall the deck idea. It can be greatly improved with various tactics. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Gotta figure out that lighting. Ooh, the Relinquished. Ooh, look at it. Now I can't get it to. Now I can't get it to. Well, there we go. Ooh, the Relinquished.